Northern leaders, una dey make statement as if una own this country, Nigeria. I come across this post from the northern leaders. Say Nigeria, we don't support breakup. Unity is sacrosanct. How? My representative did that meeting. Una go just gather on herself. Northerners go just gather on herself. Few people will just go sit down, decide for over 200 and something million people. With all this insecurity where they happen for Nigeria. With all the insecurity where they go on for Nigeria. Which unity? Unity. You get any time where we get unity, where we dey in unity in Nigeria. I think when I just they buy time. When I just they talk all, they put all this statement, they buy time. So that when I go finish everybody up. See the country where una dey. See the country where una talk say we dey unity. Mass burial every day. Mass burial every day for country. Bandit attack every day. You can't even travel on the road. You can't travel on the road. You be scared of being kidnapped. And I say, unity is sacrosanct. Unity and who? I no get representative for meeting where una sit and talk. Then you can't say unity is sacrosanct. That is when I don't decide. Final. Clap for ourselves. Rubbish. Unity is sacrosanct. Is there any time in this country where we don't ever do unity? Nonsense.
Why is it that the northern leaders are saying that they don't want breakup? Because they are seeing the handwriting on the wall. They are seeing the handwriting on the wall. That is why they say they don't want breakup. Meanwhile, you don't want breakup. 90% of the problem in the country is coming from you people. You are the one that is doing Sharia law. You are the one that is doing jihadism. You are the one that is doing banditry. Only you. You are the one that said, it must be you to rule the country. Meanwhile, you want one Nigeria, isn't it? Well, I think we are too smart for that.
Nigerian northern leaders held a meeting recently. An outcome of that meeting was Nigeria unity is sacrosanct. Northern leaders are the greatest problem Nigeria has. They are not progressive. They are too sectional. In every national debate, their stance is always retrogressive. When the northern leaders say that Nigeria unity is sacrosanct or Nigeria unity is non-negotiable, what they are saying in essence is Nigeria should not break up because they, the northern leaders, are benefiting from the union more than any other person, more than any section of this country. The northern leaders don't care about what happens to the ordinary northerners. They only protect their own interests. Their meeting lacks national outlook. If it's for the national interests, they would have called all Nigerians, where all of us will sit down together, discuss Nigeria, and agree that Nigeria unity is sacrosanct. It's not something that a few people will go to one corner of the country to go and decide. The people that want to pull out from the union, were they in that meeting? The answer is no. How does the decision of the meeting be binding on them when they were not part of that decision? The truth is, there is no unity in Nigeria. There are cracks everywhere. There are divisions everywhere. Even in the north, some people are saying that they are no longer northerners, that they are middle belts. Then, where is the unity the northern leaders are talking about? There is no unity in Nigeria. What we have here is a cosmetic unity, a forced unity. And I don't know how far that kind of unity can take us to. all the crises in the North, the Northern leaders did not discuss them. What they discussed was Nigeria unity is sacrosanct. All the killings going on in the North on a daily basis. Some cases, communities are wiped out overnight. The Northern leaders did not deem it necessary to discuss those killings. What they found imperative to discuss was Nigeria unity is sacrosanct. Millions of out-of-school children in the North, the level of poverty in the North, the child marriage that is prevalent in the North, that has its own social problem. The Northern leaders never discussed them. What they discussed was Nigeria unity is sacrosanct. Herders, farmers, clashes that have claimed many lives and destroyed many crops that led to food crisis in the nation. The Northern leaders did not discuss them. What they discussed was Nigeria unity is sacrosanct. Northern leaders abhor modernity. They abhor modernity. They belong to the past. Ranching, which is the modern way all over the globe for rearing animals today, the Northern leaders didn't discuss it. They still want to stick to the Stone Age kind of animal rearing. They never discuss anything modern. They never discuss anything that can move their country forward. The only thing they want to discuss was Nigeria unity is sacrosanct. That is Northern leader for you. Terrorists that are bedeviling the country today has its root from the North, because Northern leaders did not handle this thing decisively when it was springing up. Today has become a monster. Northern leaders did not discuss how to fish out terrorist sponsors in their midst. What they discussed was Nigerian unity is sacrosanct. Buhari was one of the foremost Northern leaders. He was president of this country for 8 years. Buhari did not deem it necessary to release the names of people that are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. Northern leaders did not prevail on him to release the names of people sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. What they did was to grant amnesty to the so-called terrorist repentant. That was what they succeeded in doing, and made life more comfortable for that repentant terrorists than the life of the person in the IDP, whom the terrorists made widow, made widowers, made orphans. That is the Northern leaders for you. The Northern leaders have wired the ordinary man in the North in such a way that they will never protest against them. The ordinary man in the north will protest against what is happening in Iran, but will not protest against what is happening in his own backyard, what is happening in his own land, in his own soil. The killings going on daily basis in his own land. The communities are being wiped out on daily basis in his own soil. He will never protest against that, because that is the way the northern leaders has wired them to be. That is the way the northern leaders has wired them to be. That is the northern leaders for you. They have not been able to protect their own. All they are saying, Nigeria unity is sacrosanct. Nigeria unity is not negotiable. As if that is a solution to the problems that are bedeviling the nation.
It's nothing like unity in Nigeria. What we have in Nigeria is a union. You see, there was a forced union. Initially, the British forced the union of southern and northern protectorates. It was not voluntarily done. So it is something that comes together in harmony of its own accord. That is when you could talk in terms of unity. But where you used guns and bayonets and all means of, coercion to put a place together, you cannot be talking about unity within that context. You can only talk about union. So we are a union of different backgrounds and interests and ethnic directions and dimensions and cultural differences and everything. We are seriously plural. Now we have to find a way for us to come together to say, these are our common aspirations. But you cannot have that unless you restructure. There was a structure before the colonial masters came. And now we have to remove the structure forced on us and replace that with a structure that will make us work together.
Hi, we came back. These are sacrosanct unity and many other things you guys do talk about. Is it, or are you guys using it to buy people? Because anytime you guys talk about sacrosanct of a thing, different things start happening, like kidnapping and many other things. Because ever since we've been here without hearing anything like sacrosanct of a thing, you know that things were so good until you guys spoke about this sacrosanct of a thing that you guys normally used to hook us up. Although it is time for everyone to be like the people who have spoken here, because these sacrosanct and many other things these guys are talking about is ununderstandable. Recently, that they talk about how to scatter and break this unity of a thing, these guys came out to say something like this, and this is the same thing that is just being repeated. Although it's not as if everyone is trying to run from you, but why people are running from you is not just because you are ugly, or you guys are not good, or you guys are not normal, or you guys are just mad. You people are not mad, but what is in you is more than what is in the mad person. Because for you to have gone to different places and brought people that will buy your own brothers shows that you are an inhuman person, because it is only someone who is an inhuman person that can do that. Going to different places and bring something that will harm people that you are living with is not something that is very, very good. And when people talk about something that will put an end to what you have caused, you will come out with sacrosanct and many other things. Although it is not only you do, we know that different tribes and different people are doing that, but your own is too obvious and you are not doing it at the back. At times you will come to the front and even tell the people that this is what you have done, at the back, even when your person was here controlling and doing most of the worst thing, you guys never come out to say that this is what this person is doing. Because me personally, I know that the reason why you guys are just doing it is not just because of anything, but because of what you have to gain in all this. And with this, I don't think it can continue between us and you, because if we keep on doing things with you, I think before 2030 or 2031 thereabouts, many lives and many other things will be by, because you guys don't have human mindsets. The mindset of animal, the mindset of lion, and the mindset of those animals who harm human is what you guys are using for that. An animal or someone who has an animal mindset cannot pray to live with human, because you may hurt those human, and even the human will not even want you to be with them, because you are not doing like human. If you are doing like human, no one would even come out to tell you anything. If you are behaving like human, if anyone come out to talk about you, we personally, or I myself, will even come out to attack the same person. But since you are not doing like a human, no one would see you as a human. So if it must be sacrosanct, you must be clean. And if you must not be clean, it must not be sacrosanct, because you guys talk as if you are the one controlling everything, or you owns everywhere. You may own your own side, but that should not tell you that you own here. You don't own anywhere around where we are living, so you can be controlling what you have around your own side there, and we can be doing what we want around our own side there. So sacrosanct should be sacrosanct within the north, not within the north and the south. So if you want things to be sacrosanct your own self there first, and leave us alone. That is all I can say. Thank you all.